another day, another location and another happy me, because we are at the Furkajoch road where I started my first ever Audi videos and Audi photos together with a friend. And yes, coming here with the Ttrs, driving it up here in the darkness, and now having the sun rising here, I'm lost in words again. So guys, just have a look at how awesome this looks here. OMG! The sun over there rising, and my all-time favorite car for now from Audi, the Ttrs in front. Driving up this legendary and awesome road here, all the way up there, where Marco is waiting with his Lancia Delta Integrale. Guys, can this day get better? Definitely not. So guys, as I'm here, totally stuck in traffic in Friedrichshafen, I want to tell you something very special about the APR software. So basically, you don't have just one software upgrade and your car is faster. There are 4 installed on the car, and you can choose which one you want to go for. So first of all, you can drive completely the stock power. So the 400 horsepower from Audi, completely stock. And you can choose that by turning the ignition on and then using the speed limiter, to control the engine warning light. And then the engine warning light, yes, it like flashes in several and then the engine warning light flashes in different time periods, and then the traffic light, and then the engine light flashes in different time intervals. So, and then you can choose which program you're going to yes, drive in. This is good for one reason. Reason number 1, if you're on holiday, for example, let's say Croatia, you will totally agree that the fuel quality there probably doesn't meet our quality standards here in Germany or in Austria. So you can go to the stock horsepower to not damage your car, so everything is running completely fine when you're back in Austria or in Germany. So this is program number 1. Program number 2 is to run it on 89 octane fuel, which is obviously the least quality you should feed this car with. And then, this is also very interesting, you have a program where the car is running on ethanol, and then it has more than 540 horsepower, so you can really go on a drag race track day and then put it on ethanol and then drive it back home in normal mode or with the APR software on the 476 horsepower. Yes, and then of course you can also give the car the information, okay, you are only running on the 102 or more than 100 octane fuel. The 100 octane fuel will definitely bring a little bit more power out of the Ttrs, as he's downshifting himself, which I think is very, very surprising. And I kind of like it when the car shifts down itself, because there is that little surprise, because you wouldn't expect that to happen, and then you're, oh my god, was that my car? Oh great, cool, I'm such a cool driver. Yes, you get the point. So this is everything I want to tell you about the APR software. All in all, I can say it runs perfectly. It should be completely stock like this, and as I probably already said, they
this is only stage 1, so it is only software. I can't imagine how awesome stage 2 has to be. So I'm really afraid of that, because whoa, that's thrilling. This car is already an absolute weapon. I hunted a Porsche Turbo S and he had no chances to get away. Yeah, and I don't know which car in this price segment is a real competitor in terms of performance, in terms of launching the car and just speeding. I guess there is nothing which is similar to that. So another topic I want to talk about is just cruising with this car. I set my drive select into individual, as my friend Tobias, who has a Ttrs this generation, and he already drove 60,000 kilometers on it, and he said normally he just drives in the individual mode with everything in comfort except the engine sound. And for me, cruising through the city, cruising through just normal roads, nothing really twisty you want to race, because if you have the car, let's say for a few minutes, for a few hours, or let's say for a day, you definitely want to push it all the time. That's natural, and I totally understand that. But if you have it 4 days like I had it now, I wouldn't say you get tired of speeding, but there is that feeling that you want to drive a little bit more normal. And you can drive this car, first of all, very efficient. You can also drive it with 7 liters, absolutely no problem. 7 liters and 100 kilometers. Who would thought that? Yes. So it is, in my terms, it is practical. It is fuel efficient for the amount of power it has. It is an absolute weapon in nearly every term except off-roading, of course. But for me, this is the one and only Audi. If I had to choose one Audi for my entire life now as I'm 20 years old, this is definitely the car I'm going for. Let's spin 20 years further. I definitely would go, let's say, for an RS6, because maybe I have children, I have to carry a little bit more goods. But at the moment, and I'm totally sure, if I get my Ttrs in the next year, I will never sell that. I will never sell that car. I want my children to drive this car, because a 5-cylinder, who knows how long Audi will build these 5-cylinders. Maybe there's really coming something like the TT Club Sport Turbo, so with an electrified turbocharger, which would be absolutely brilliant. I would love it, and I would definitely go and buy it. But for now, it's this car. It's this car I'm totally fall in love with. It's kind of a relationship already. So yeah, that's everything I have to say about this car. I love it, yeah. And if you have any doubts about that, and if you think I'm totally crazy, then comment and tell me why you think I'm crazy, and then I will tell you why I totally love this car. And I also love what APR did to it. I definitely would put another software on the exhaust, because I like these pops and bangs. Of course, the pops and bangs are robbing a little bit of power, and of course it is not good for the CAD and for the injections and all these things. But for me, this is a little rally car you can drive daily. You can drive it pretty fuel efficient. For me, it's the ultimate car in my actual life situation. Yeah, definitely. I don't need an A6 with more than just plenty of space. This boot, it is pretty big. So guys, let me wrap it up here, because I've talked way too much. Maybe I put that into the whole video into 2 parts, because there is too much about this car. to talk about, all the little details which make it so perfect, and also the imperfections. I will make another video on the imperfections, because you guys definitely won't believe me that this car is just pure perfection. Definitely not. And because it is not perfection, this is also a reason why I love it. Because a perfect car like the R8, for example, it doesn't give me that emotion I want. Yeah? So, already talked way too much. Bye.